All right, hi everyone. Welcome to Up and Moving. My name is Jamie. I'm a master's student at Michigan Tech, and today is High Intensity Tuesdays. I do the Tuesday workouts, so they can get a little sweaty. So make sure you have water. Anything else you might need is a chair or a stable base, something without wheels on it. We don't want it to roll out on you. A backpack, if you want to use a backpack for resistance, or dumbbells if you're fortunate to have dumbbells, or cans of soup, or gallons of water, something we can use because we are going to be doing some pressing today. So resistance can be helpful. So I'm going to give everyone a couple seconds, and then we'll get into our warm up, and then we'll get into our workout. Our workout is we're a little more challenging today. We're going to have 3 exercises in a block. We're doing 2 strength exercises with 1 kind of cardio exercise, and they're going to be for 30 seconds each. So we're going to 30 seconds on, 20 seconds off, and I'll explain the exercises as we get going here. But hopefully you guys are pretty close to having your apparatus if you grab them. So if there's still a few stragglers, they can catch up, but for everyone else, we're just going to walk in place, or if you have the room, just walk, brisk walk in circles or in a line, whatever you need to do. We're just going to get the blood flowing. For those of us that have been sitting all day, just stretch your shoulders out, puff your chest out, get your body kind of moving and grooving as you're walking, as you're moving, depending on what you want to do. I mean, I was sitting all day, so my legs are a little stiff. So I can give some shakes too as we're walking. And then keep my feet moving in place, or you can keep going in a circle. I just want you to cross one arm over the other and get a good shoulder stretch in. So for me, I'll feel this on my left shoulder. Your arm can be straight if you want, doesn't have to be. It's almost like you're giving yourself a big hug and you're using your opposite arm to just kind of make that hug a little bit deeper. And switch. This one's good, especially if you've been sitting at a desk all hunched over. Open up those shoulders. Switch, go back to this first arm. Switch, last time. Just keeping those feet moving, getting the blood flowing all around your body. From there, I want your arms, they're gonna be glued to your side, elbows at 90. You can keep moving if you want, but if it's easier to stay stationary, you can. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna open up our shoulders, squeeze our shoulder blades together while keeping our arms glued to our side. A little bit external rotation. We have some shoulder work today, so we wanna make sure our shoulders are nice, warm, nice and open. And we can do this again in motion, or if you want to just focus on your upper body, you don't have to move your feet. All right, from there, we're gonna move into some arm circles. So just some little baby Cheerios. Again, you keep moving or stay stationary, but slowly getting bigger and gradually get bigger and bigger and bigger until you're going as wide as you can, or as wide as your room allows you. And then we're going to change direction, stay wide. So if you're going forward, go backward. If you're going backwards, go forward. Stay wide. And let's slowly get smaller and smaller until you have those little baby circles. Biceps, one of my favorite upper body stretches. So we're going to take, for me, I'm going to take my left hand, put it between my shoulder blades, grab my right hand, grab my elbow, and we're going to push down it gently so I feel a stretch in the front, or so the back part of my arm, the triceps. This one is good. I don't know why I have tight triceps. And then switch, same thing. You don't have to go too deep in the stretch, just till you find a nice comfortable stretch, hold it there. Especially since we're still warming up, we don't want to push our body too hard. Switch, back to our first arm, and back to our second arm. All right, let's do our lower body warm up a little bit. So if you want to use the chair as balance, I have this beam here, you can. You don't need it. All we're going to be doing are just some toe raises. So feet about fist width apart. And all we're going to do is come to our toes, hold it for 1, 2, come down. 1, 2, come down. We're going to warm up our calves, warm up our ankles. You need to use that support for balance. That's okay. As long as you're getting up as high as you can, your toes, holding it for a second or two, and coming down with control. And then we're going to move into some hamstrings. So we're going to do hamstring scoops. So feet are hip width apart. I'm going to step forward with my right foot. I'm going to have my right heel on the ground, toes in the air. I'm going to hinge at the hip, and then I'm going to bring my hands and scoop and come up, switch legs. Scoop, come up, switch legs. Try not to round your back to get range of motion. Try to keep that back flat, chest up and proud, and you should feel a stretch in your calf, in your hamstring, throughout the entire back of your leg, into your glute as well. So you don't have to go super deep to get a good stretch, but just go far enough so you feel a little bit of a pull, scoop, and then come up. All right, the last one, we're just gonna do some quarter squats. So feet are hip width apart. Again, all we're gonna do is we're just gonna do a quarter squat. So we're not coming all the way down. All we're doing is just going a little bit, bending our knees, and turning on our quads, then coming up. If you're someone who's focusing on not letting their knees go over their toes, just be cognizant of that. Otherwise, just do some quarter squats here. If you wanna go quick and really get your legs moving, you can. Or if you do want to move in control, that's okay as well. All we're doing is trying to get our quads activated because we have some lunges today, and those really focus on our quads. All right, 2 more. And that is our warm up. If you need water, get a quick drink of water. I'm going to explain each of the exercises, and then we'll get into it. So our first one is a step back lunge. So I'm going to show the most difficult variation, and then I'm going to show a couple that are a little easier. So our step back lunge, I'll show the front and the back and the side. All we're going to do is keep our front leg, so this side will be left, planted, step back with our right, come down, come up. Step back with our left, come down, come up. What that looks like from behind, cross, cross, and from the side, cross, cross. Now, if that seems challenging or something you're not comfortable with, your body, just maybe your knees are like, not today, you can do the same movement, but you don't have to go as deep. You'll still get a similar quad activation. Or if your hips really aren't feeling that crossover, you can just do a normal step back lunge. So instead of it crossing, step back, and then step back and get that same motion as well. So that there are your variations. The depth and the length really change how intense it is. And then if you cross over or not, it's really going to depend on how much pressure you're going to put on your hips. So that's our first one. We're going to do that. We're going to alternate. So we're going to go step back, right, step back, left for 30 seconds. We're going to get 20 seconds rest. Then from there, we're going to go to an RDL. One of my favorites to get the hamstrings and the back of the legs. You can do it weighted or not. All we're going to do is feet are hip width apart. Our chest is going to be up. We're going to hinge at the back, keeping that back, flat back. And we're going to reach down, push our butt out. Knees are slightly bent. You'll feel your hamstrings and your calf and your glutes engage, and then you'll come up. You can use the dumbbells. You can use the backpack. You don't have to use weight. You can get the same activation with your hands, really pushing that butt back, coming up. The deeper you go, the more intense it's going to be, and the more weight you add, the more intense it's going to be. Those are really the variations. There's nothing to scale that one back. You could just, you have less bend in the knee, less depth. And then our last one is going to be our kind of cardio conditioning part. And all we're going to do is we're going to sprint in place. So as fast as we can, we're going to run on the spot. So it's almost like those football training where they're going through the agility ladder. You know, what's that movie? I can't, the longest yard. They're going through it. So I want you to sprint as fast as you can in place. Do as best you can. If you're not, you know, Usain Bolt, that's okay. And if you have a quick, maybe you're at a brisk jog, that's your pace. That works for you. Whatever works, whatever gets your heart rate up, whatever gets you a good workout is what matters. So to go over that, we have our lunge for 30 seconds. We have RDLs for 30 seconds, and then we have a 30-second sprint. All right, let me get a timer ready. We're going to go through each exercise 3 times in a block. And if you need to take a rest at any time, take a rest. You can meet us back at the next set. So we have 10 seconds before we begin. And we're going to start with those cross back lunges. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Great job, everyone. Now only go as fast as you need to go. Try your best to find that rhythm. Find that groove that you can stay in. Makes the time go by a little bit quicker. 3 seconds, 2, and 1, and rest. At 20 seconds rest. At any rest time, if you need to get water, get water. That's what it's there for. We're going to move into our RDLs. I think I might use the dumbbells for these. All right, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. That's keeping that back flat. I don't want to see any cat backs, so no arching of the spine. Go down once you feel that stretch. Come up. Making sure you turn it on the hamstrings, turning on the glutes, and even the calves a bit. 3 seconds. And rest. Good job. 20 seconds. Then we're getting into sprints. If you really want to push yourself, imagine you're racing against everyone that's watching. The Olympics, full-on sprint, Tokyo 2021. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Halfway there. Five seconds. And rest. Whew. Good job. Whew. I'm sweating. I don't know about you. All right, 10 seconds, and we go back to our cross back lunges. This is a hard workout. That's why it's high intensity Tuesdays. All right, 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. Find your pace, find your rhythm. If you need to take a little bit more rest after that run, you can just come in and join this exercise at any time. Make sure you're listening to your body. Two, 1, and rest. Great job, great job, great job. RDLs. In 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Halfway. 5, 2, good job, rest. We got our sprints. Find your pace. You know, for me, I gotta try to find that rhythm of quick feet. I lose it. It's kind of hard to stop and reset. Try to find your rhythm. Find a speed that works for you. All right, 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. Halfway. Five seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Woo, woo. Good job, good job. All right, last set of this block coming up. Get a drink, you need a drink. Second, before we go back into our last set of step back lunges. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's begin. Ten seconds. Come on. If you're still with us, keep going. All the way to the end. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job, good job. You can cross those off the list. We're done with them. RDLs are next. Five seconds. 2, 1. Let's begin. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Those are done. No more RDLs for today. We just have our last sprint, our sprint to the finish line. Who's going to win this race? 10 seconds for our last sprint. 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. It's a race. Come on, who's going to win? Who's going to win? If you can go faster, go faster. Almost there. 10 seconds, 10 seconds. The last few meters. 5 seconds. It's a photo finish. Come on, here we go, and done. Good job, good job. We get a nice long rest. Whew, you deserve it. That was a pretty good race. Oh, I need some water. All right, we got a two-minute rest. I'm gonna go over the next block of exercises. Oh, I gotta catch my breath here. Okay, so our first one, I don't think we've done this, but we did talk about shoulders today. So if you have the dumbbells or the soup, something you can use in both hands, that's perfect. If not, using the backpack, you can do the same movement, but you just keep the weight in front of you. And all we're doing are shoulder shrugs. We're gonna stand, hip width apart, our arms are out to our side. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna shrug our shoulders up. So our shoulders try to get to our ears, and then bring them back down. So shrug and down. Doesn't seem like much, but it does turn into a burner on your shoulders. And then from there, we're gonna stick with the shoulder theme. So we're gonna take our rest, and then we're gonna go into standing shoulder press. So same thing. Actually, sorry, alternating shoulder press. So one arm stays up, comes down, and then we're gonna alternate arms. So this one is a little fatiguing because our one arm is always in the air. So those are two exercises. Our variation, there's no variation in the first one other than weight and how high and how fast you bring up your shoulders. For your shoulder press, if you want to, if it's too hard, you can go one hand, then switch, go the other hand if keeping your arms are above you is too much, or we don't need to use weight. You can also do the exact same exercise seated. So if it's easier or your legs are a little tired, we'll seated. So our cardio portion of that is you have 3 options. You can either do mountain climbers. So mountain climbers, you can do that on the chair or on the ground. You can do a burpee. So up, down, up. You can do a modified burpee. So you're not coming to the ground, you're just here, touch, jump, or you can do chase the ladder. Oh yeah, the timer's almost up. Or you can climb the ladder. So all we're gonna do is imaginary ladder in front of you, and all you're gonna do is you're gonna reach and you're gonna climb that ladder continuously. So there's 3 options. There's something for everybody. The easiest variation would be the standing burpee. So reach up, touch here, or if touching the ground is too much, you can reach up, clap your thighs, come up, clap your thighs, come up. So there's a lot of variations. You have the mountain climbers, the burpees, and the ladder climbers. So there's something for everyone. Choose what we're gonna do, but we're gonna start off with our shoulder raises. All right, we're gonna start in 3, 1, let's begin. So this is a sneaky one. It starts out pretty easy, but the intensity increases. So stay in control. We don't want to go too crazy. We'll burn ourselves out the first exercise and not have energy for the last one. 4 seconds, 2, 1, and rest. If you want to put the dumbbells down, you can. Give your arms a little shake. We have our alternating shoulder presses. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and begin. So stay in control. The more control you have, actually, the more difficult it is. If you're just firing through, that might be a little bit of burn in your shoulder, but you're not getting as much activation throughout the muscle. So stay in control. Try to bring the dumbbell as low as you can and come up ahead as high as your shoulders and arms will let you. If there's any pain or anything, don't go that end range or lower the weight. And rest. Good job. Good job. So now it's our cardio. What are you going to do? I think I'm going to start off with the mountain climbers. It's up to you guys what you choose. I might do one of each since we have 3 sets. So I am going to start off with the mountain climbers. All right, 5 seconds. 2, 1, and begin. Here we go. Here we go. 30 seconds. Climb that mountain. Climb that mountain. Climb the ladder. A few of those burpees. 10 seconds done. Almost there, almost there. Keep pumping those legs, keep moving those arms, keep doing those burpees. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew. Good job, good job. 1 set down, we got 2 more to go. Hopefully you're able to do all 3 sets. If not, that's all right. Take a break. Join us if you can, or if you're done for the day, we really appreciate you joining us. All right, we got 5 seconds before we get back into those shoulder shrugs. And 3, 2, 1, begin. Here we go. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Good job. Enjoy that rest. You got 15 seconds left. Sorry, the dogs are barking. I'm not sure if you can hear them in the background, but I know I can hear them. All right, we got 5 seconds. Shoulder, alternating press. 3, 2, 1. Let's begin with control in all our movements. Halfway there. Almost there. 3 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. All right, back to our cardio. We got mountain climbers, burpees, or the ladders. Burpee time for me. I'm going to try the whole smorgasbord platter of exercises. All right, we have 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. Ten seconds. 5, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Get a drink. We have our last set of upper body. In 10 seconds, our last set of shoulder shrugs. If you're still with us, if you've got it, if your arms aren't jello, love to see you finish it all the way through. 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. And shrug. All the way up, all the way down with the shoulders. Move them through the full range of motion. Halfway. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Those are done. No more shrugs. We have our last set of alternating press coming up. Give your arms a shake if they need it. All right. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. Halfway. 10 seconds. Come on. All the way through. I know the shoulders are screaming. 2, 1, and rest. Put the dumbbells away. Put the weights away. You're done with them for today. Whew, we just have our last little bit of cardio. Mountain climber, burpee, ladder climb. I'm going to go to the ladder. Finish strong. All right. 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. Here we go. Keep going. Keep moving. Over halfway. Over halfway. 5 seconds. Finish strong. Finish strong. 3, 2, 1. Whew. And rest. Great job. Great job. Get a drink. Give your arms a shake. We just have a little bit of core, and then we are fini for this workout. Let me just adjust my timer. All right, so the good news for some, is that we're going to be on our back the whole time lying down. So there's a little bit of rest. And we only have 2 exercises in this block. So our first exercise is a dead bug. So we're going to be on our back. Our knees are going to be at 90. Our back's going to be flat. So I don't want to be able to put my hand through my low back. So the back's flat. Arms are up. And what we're going to do is opposite arm, opposite leg are going to extend. Opposite arm, opposite leg. So that's the most advanced version. You want to go a little bit easier? You can keep your hands flat and you can go just your legs, or you can keep your legs flat and you can go just your arms. Or from here, you can keep one leg flat and alternate. So there's a lot of variations that you can do. So find the difficulty that works for you. And then so our next one, which is kind of a little bit of our cardio abs, kind of a weird one, but we're doing some Russian twists. So a couple ways you can do it. The most difficult would be your feet in front. You can cross them or leave them together. And they're gonna go side to side, side to side. I'll show it from side view, side to side. If you want to go a little bit easier, you go 1 foot, the other foot hovers. A little bit easier than that, 2 foot hover. And those are variations. You also don't have to have your hands come all the way to the ground if you don't want. That's putting a little too much stress on your back. All you have to do is just turn to that side as much as possible. So we have those 2 exercises, 3 times, 30 seconds each. All right, we have 20 seconds before we get into our dead bugs. Ooh, at least we have to stay on the floor, so when we're done, we can take a nap down here if we need it. 3, 2, 1, let's begin. So dead bug, opposite arm, opposite leg. Try to move them in unison, keeping that back flat. Keep that head on the ground or slightly hovering. We don't want to strain our neck. So if our head's off the ground, just a little bit of a hover. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Whew. Good job. We got Russian twist coming up. So pick your variation. 2 feet in the air, 1 foot on the ground, both feet on the ground. Try not to swing your feet. The more control you can keep in your legs, the better. 3, 2, 1, and let's begin. You don't have to rifle through if you don't want. Find that pace that works for you. If that pace is quick, go quick. If that pace is nice and slow, just go nice and slow. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and rest. Whew. Good job, good job. Got our dead bugs again. 10 seconds rest. 5, 3, and begin. Dead bug's a great exercise because not only does it get our core, but it's lengthening in the upper body, lengthening at our hips. Something that if you're someone who's seated all day, like a college student or a faculty member, it's nice to get a little bit of length through those hips so that we're not, we're not shorting our hip flexors from sitting all day. 2, 1, rest. Whew. Great job, great job. All right, we got a Russian twist. Choose your variation. Russian twist. We got 10 seconds. 5. And let's begin. Ooh, almost lost it. Find that rhythm, find that beat. If you have your own music going, try to find the beat to your music. Almost there, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, whew, and rest. Great job. Our last set. You're still kicking. You're still with us. This is our last set of dead bugs, Russian twists, and then you are done. You're free on this Tuesday to enjoy the nice weather. Hopefully it's nice weather wherever you are or when you're listening. 3, 2, 1, and dead bug. Keeping that back flat. Try not to arch that back. Ten seconds, almost there. 2, 1, and rest. Whew. My core is feeling it. All right, got one more set. 30 more seconds left in today's workout. That's it. If you're still with us and you've got one more set, all we're asking for is 30 seconds. I know you can do it. All right, begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. Russian twist all the way to the end. Challenge yourself. Maybe that's bring up both feet for 2 seconds. We'll put them back down, but try to challenge yourself because this is the last one of the day. 10 seconds there. Come on. All the way through. You've got it. If I've got a cowbell, I'd be ringing it. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew. If you're already on the ground, stay on the ground. You can lay on your back in a starfish, just soaking it in, basking in the hard work that you just put in. Great job, everyone. Our first cool down exercise is actually going to be on the ground, so there's no reason to hop back up. Catch your breath from here. If you need to get water, get some water. We'll actually meet back on the ground. So we're going to go into a seal stretch or pharaoh stretch. And we're going to stretch out our core a little bit, just so it's not super tight. All righty. Hopefully your heart rate's returning a little bit to normal. But if you're on your back, roll over to your stomach. Oh. And we're going to go into a pharaoh stretch or seal stretch. So on our stomach, shoulders, elbows outside of our shoulders, palms are flat. And all we're going to do is keeping our feet and hips flat on the ground, the tops of our feet flat on the ground. We're just going to lift our chest up slightly. And we're just going to hold it. You'll feel the stretch in the low back and in your abs. It's called the pharaoh stretch because it looks like one of the pharaoh sculptures in Egypt, or like a seal because they think seals do this pose. Just breathe here. Find that stretch. If you need to come up more to find a little bit more stretch, you can. If you need to go down more, if that's more comfortable, if you don't want to put too much pressure on your low back, go down more. We're just going to sit here for a little bit, just soak it in. Giving our low back a stretch. It's always nice if we can stretch our back out. All right, come all the way down. If you're still on the ground, we're going to do a kneeling lunge stretch. If it's okay on your knees, I will show you a standing variation if your knees really aren't up to being on the ground. So with one knee down, if you want to use support, you can. All we're going to do is we're going to be in a kneeling lunge position, and we're going to gently lean forward. We'll get a stretch throughout that back quad. So that's what we're looking for from the front. Kneeling. We're going to stretch that back quad. If it's too hard on your knee, so your knee be on the ground is uncomfortable, you can get the same stretch standing in just a standing lunge position. We're here. Wide is most comfortable for you. Bend your knee slightly. You'll feel that stretch engage, and then hold it isometrically. So find what works for you. What works for me is I'm actually back to the kneeling one. Whew. All right, switch knees, or switch legs, I should say. And the deeper you go, the more intense that stretch will be. But you can still get a pretty good stretch from here. If you tilt your butt forward, so think about pushing your butt towards the front of your room, you will get a little bit more activation in the front of that hip. All right, so everyone will meet on our feet. All we're going to do is we're going to get our hamstrings stretched out a little bit. So touch your toes as far as you can. That's our stretch. So if you can come all the way down, touch your toes with straight legs, perfect. You touch your toes with bent knees, that's okay. If you can't come that far, just go as far as you can, that's comfortable, until you feel a stretch in the back of your legs. So find that distance that works for you. And if you're down here, if you want to pump your knees, alternate that stretch you can, or just hold it and hang out. You can just hold it and hang out. Don't worry about your back rounding in this position. We're not loading it or anything, so it's all right for your spine. You want to wrap your elbows around, kind of like the yoga pose. You can as well. We just want to stretch through the back of those legs. Oh, I'm not as flexible as I used to be. All right, come up. Cross your arm, one arm in front of the other, just like we did in our warm-up. We did a lot of shoulder stuff, so we need to put a little bit of attention on our shoulders to the cool down. We're going to spend a little bit more time in this position. If you're really flexible, you can go eagle arms. I can't do it, but I know if you're a yoga person, if you join Corey on Tuesday, I'm not sure if she's done it, you can do the eagle arm pose. I can't do it. My shoulders are pretty tight. And switch arms. And then we'll move back into our tricep stretch. Hand to our shoulder blades, pushing down the elbow. And switch arms. Whew, and that is it. Give yourself a round of applause, a pat in the back, a big hug if you need it. But good job. Trying to think of any announcements we might have. We have another workout on Thursday. We have a circuit with Ari. Our workouts are on ABC 10. We have them twice a month. You can also watch them after the fact on our website. And on our website, we also have a donation link, sort of like a GoFundMe page. It just helps to cover any overhead costs of up and moving. That way we keep these workouts free for the community and for everybody that's watching near and far. If you do donate, there are some prizes you can get. And if you have donated already, thank you very much. We really appreciate the support. It just helps to keep the website and everything up and moving, quote unquote. So that's, I think that's all the announcements we have today. We have a few other things in the pipeline coming up, but when those are ready, we'll give you announcements. So thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. And we hope to see you at the next workout.